Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. And about my third attempt at the intro because I am just far too excited about today's action figure breaking news because the day has finally come, people. So before we get into that, if you could hit that like button for me, leave your thoughts on this action figure release in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, of course, tickle that notification bell. And on such an exciting action figure day, why not consider joining the channel membership? We got hashtag flip open the flap or the wedding fund. Well, you've seen the thumbnail, you know what I'm talking about, but the day has finally come. So in my hand here, you see the very Toy Biz Face Off 2-pack Mandarin. That was the last time we had a comic accurate Mandarin in the Marvel Legends line way back in the Toy Biz days. Pretty much their last 2-pack, and they cocked up on the rubber. It's far too stiff, and you can't even move his arms. You're getting nothing. You're getting absolutely nothing out of the Mandarin's arm. But if you've seen this channel before, you know my years at this point long campaign to get the Mandarin in the Marvel Legends line, and today is the day. But it does come with a however. However, it's probably not the one you wanted. But so let's go over to the screen share and let's have a look then together. So we're over here on gizmodo.com. They have the breaking news this afternoon of a brand new Marvel Legends, the Invincible Iron Man and Mandarin 2-pack. So what do we have here? We have a updated version of the previously released Extremis Armor version of Iron Man, and we have our first Mandarin in nigh on 20 years in the Marvel Legends line. Not counting, I'm no counting no Trevors here. There's no Trevors here. There's no Wenwu from Shang-Chi here. We've got a comic accurate Mandarin, and as I thought, he is in his suited look from around the sort of 2007 era of the Invincible Iron Man comic. So straight away in those comments below, leave your thoughts. Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you disappointed? How are you feeling about this Mandarin release? I, for one, at this point, I would just take anything. At this point, I would just take anything. Now, my number one want was the animated version from the 90s, the green-skinned Mandarin from the Iron Man animated series of the 90s. But I had a conversation with Dwight Stall himself at MCM Comic Con in London last October, and I was giving him my speech for getting the Mandarin in the line, and he pretty much told me, your wish will come true in the next year or so, and we're just under a year later, and here it is. But he did warn me at the time, it's probably not the one you're wanting. So it does seem we have sort of like stereotypes and controversies around obviously the original design of the Mandarin. I thought they might get away with the green skin version from the comics, but from Dwight's comments there, I assumed it would be this very suited version. So this for the last year is what's been in my head, that exact comic book panel there of the Iron Man with the fist of the Mandarin, I should say, with the fists out like that, with the 10 rings of power on his fist, and that is literally what they have given us here in the Marvel Legends line. So I prepared myself, and I'm happy to get this version of Mandarin. It's not one we've had before. You could use the head sculpt. I could have tried to attach it to this. Maybe some soft goods experts out there could make a lovely soft goods classic green robe that could go over this Mandarin, of course, to make it a more classic version. But here we go then. Let's have a look at more images of the 2-pack. So we have a slightly updated version of this Extremis Iron Man. He's at the back of the shelf, so I haven't looked exactly what all the updates are because I'm not that bothered about the Iron Man. I just want a Mandarin, but we can see we got him in the pose there. A darker shade of red, I would say, from the original, but the main deal here, we are getting an unmasked Tony head. Now, I'm assuming that mask in his hand doesn't go over his head. That is just the normal head sculpt. But we do have an unmasked Tony head, so we have some variation from the one you've previously got. A completely pinless on this one. I think the previous one was as well. And the Mandarin's coat, that looks to be a new sort of a jacket, I would say, in the Marvel Legends line. Does he have pinless knees? Is that a pin I see in his knees? Can I zoom in here? Can I zoom in? Have we got pinless knee? We have. We got the pinless knee, so he should stand up at least. He's at least on a more modern version of the suited body. And looks like he has a slightly bigger feet, does he? So he shouldn't have an issue standing the Mandarin up, which we have had with previous suited bodies. So there's the repulsor blast in Tony's hand. You can get a couple of them you can plug into the feet as well. And we do have the sort of the old man version as well, with different hands that we can get for Mandarin. So there we go. I've seen him topless more in that look over the years, so maybe you could do a bit of custom there as well. So we do have the rings on the finger. We zoom in there, we can see the fisted sculpts do come with the 10 rings of power. They do seem to have dots of colour on them as well, so that's good to see. And again, I say customizers at least will have pieces to make a more classic looking Mandarin. I do like the head sculpt though, to be fair on this one. I do like the old man head sculpt, the screaming effect there. We've got the spiky fingers, we've got the clawy hands, and we've got the blast effect. Of course, we've seen or the magic effect more like we've seen a million times before in Legends. But that's definitely a longer jacket. Well, at least I think it is. I don't have a figure with that on, and it looks like a new tie as well. The wavy tie on the Mandarin. Do like the head sculpt. And again, this is what I was thinking we were going to get for Mandarin. So, as I say, I prepared myself. I'm just happy to have him in the Marvel Legends line. Again, in those comments, are you going to be picking this one up? What do you think of the matter? Have you been waiting as long as me for a Mandarin? But did you want the classic one? Are you happy with the suited one? I'm sure the people out there that are happy with the suited one. And I'm going to class myself in that category. I am very happy to actually have a Mandarin figure. And as I said earlier in the video, this is kind of what I've been thinking we would be getting. And I think that, to be fair, done a pretty good job of actually recreating the comic book artwork there from the back of the packaging. So Tony comes. Do have the hinges, it looks like, on the repulsor hands, and a bit of paint deco as well. I did that to the blast effect in the hands, so that's new to see. Again, body's pretty much, I'm assuming, the same as before. There may be some slight changes, and we do have the head sculpt there. And then back to the start with the packaging image. It will be a 2-pack, and if I go over to the blurb here, I do believe, yes, this is going to be up for pre-order then tomorrow. So the 19th of August, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and it is an exclusive. It's a 2-pack. It's an Amazon exclusive. So Amazon exclusive, so that will be 1 p.m. tomorrow, which would usually be, of course, 6 p.m. here in the UK, but it tends for the Amazon exclusives, they do not go up on Amazon UK at the same time they go up on Amazon US. So this probably will come to Amazon UK. I'm sure somebody out there in a Facebook group or something will share the link when it becomes available. It's usually about a week or so later this will go up on Amazon UK. Sometimes in the Amazon exclusives, the UK independents or Hasbro get them in, and sometimes we do have to wait for Amazon. So we're back to me here and my friend the Mandarin. Somewhere mint on card, I do have the original Toy Biz version of the 90s one as well. I've just been trying to will this into existence over the last couple of years by buying up every version of the Mandarin I could find for a comic accurate Mandarin. So toy dreams have come true today, for me at least. A Mandarin, an updated modern version, is going to fit in with the collection nicely, is going to be on the shelf. And maybe we will get an official update of a more classic look in the future. They do tend to give you the one you don't want first, and then eventually give you the one you want. We've got Mephisto in the line, so the Mandarin is now with us. So good luck to you in America tomorrow if you're after this one on Amazon.com, and in the UK, some point soon we'll be able to get our hands, because I cannot wait to slap a pre-order on this bad boys. But ladies and gentlemen, I've been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK. Far too excited. Click some videos, and I will see you, of course, on the next one.